take you on a tour of my closet. As my family can attest to, it is a jack-in-the-box of stuff. I have a handful of blazers that I haven't worn in years. I have a pair of pants that are brand new, tags still on them, but I found I have to hem them in order to wear them. And let's be honest, I'm not going to. This is also where I hide birthday presents, and I'm apparently very good at hiding them because I've hidden them from myself. I forgot I had it and went out and bought another, and now I have two of the same thing. But the truth is, we all have more stuff than ever before. You may not have a closet that looks like mine, but you may have a basement, a garage, or a storeroom that is a treasure trove of items you told yourself would use, but you haven't. We as Americans have over 300,000 items on average in our home. And of that, about $3,000 worth of goods that we've never even used. So what do we do with all that stuff? We put it on our doorstep for pickup, recycle it, give it to our neighbors, or out of sheer exhaustion, we simply throw it away. Because at the end of the day, we're just done with that stuff. It's clutter to us, like weeds in a garden. But that doesn't have to be the end of the story. Just because you don't want those items anymore doesn't mean they don't still have value. Those items are just misplaced. In the right hands, they could change someone's life. The question is, how do we get it into the right hands? There are stories of how the donation of physical goods can go terribly wrong. In 2017, CBS News reported on the epidemic of unused goods after natural disasters, citing the Indian Ocean tsunami of 2004. Well-intentioned donors sent anything and everything they could to Indonesia, creating a mountain of goods that relief workers didn't have time to clean or sort. Instead, the items sat piled up, rotting on a beach, creating an even larger burden. It's stories like this that have shifted conventional wisdom to tell us the only helpful way to give is to give money. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Because we're more than likely to have boxes of stuff than buckets of cash, we need to take a look at those items again and their potential as donations. We have the opportunity here to take items that aren't being used and think of them as donations. We can take items and make sure that they are put in the right spot, making sure that we alleviate clutter and waste and help people in need with one solution. And it begins with nonprofits and purposeful giving. I witnessed purposeful giving firsthand as a high school teacher in Georgia. I had a student who shared that she wouldn't be able to go to prom because she couldn't afford a dress. This was a hardworking, amazing student, and I didn't want her to miss out on this rite of passage. So I started a chapter of a nationwide nonprofit dress bank called Becca's Closet. And over the years, we collected over 3,000 dresses, opened up a 1,200 square foot store, and served all of Metro Atlanta. The only requirement to keep our donated space was that we needed to keep up the lawn. However, we didn't have funds to purchase a lawnmower, and valuable volunteer time was spent looking for one. We found a promising listing online for a free lawnmower, but we were too late. Someone who wanted the lawnmower for their lake house claimed it before us. It was in that moment that I saw a spotlight on the gaping hole between donors and nonprofits. Goods that needed a home and a meaningful place to put them are both out there. They just can't see each other. So I returned home to Chicago with the idea for Give in Kind, a nonprofit for nonprofits, connecting donors of a single gently used item or pallets of brand new goods to nonprofits in need. We found that we've been successful in two ways: warehousing donations and virtually connecting donors and nonprofits. At our pilot location, we're able to take in large bulk donations, dividing them amongst smaller nonprofits, while also maintaining a steady stream of gently used goods that are at the top of nonprofit wish lists, such as pots and pans, plates, clothing, and linens. We can also virtually connect donors and nonprofits by harnessing the power of our volunteer network, who serve as case managers, virtually connecting donors and nonprofits across the country. In a little under a year using this model, Give in Kind has placed nearly $1 million worth of goods into nonprofits. We continue to gather feedback, grow, and learn about what nonprofits are really looking for. And we need your help. Take a look again at the items you have not only at home, but at your workplace. Trial runs, misprints, canceled and abandoned goods may be of no use to your company, but could be just the right fit for a nonprofit and those they serve. Get involved. Talk to your supply chain manager about goods that are going unused in your company. Give to the right place. You can still sell your baseball cards online, give your garden tools to your neighbor, and have plenty of stuff that nonprofits are looking for. Do the research. Go online, find out what nonprofits are looking for by checking out their wish lists. Or connect virtually with Give in Kind or other organizations that can help facilitate those donations. Give quality items. There is a difference between outgrown and outworn. Outgrown means you no longer want the item any longer because it doesn't fit your size or your style. Outworn means you no longer want it because it's deteriorated and no one can use it. We have received donations at Give in Kind, a bag of clothing with holes in it, and I've heard someone say, oh, that's okay because it's going to someone who's homeless and they'll be happy to have anything. But we as donors can do better than that. When we give high quality gifts, we're giving the recipient pride and a sense of dignity. With these tips, you can make purposeful giving not just part of your annual spring cleaning event, but part of your routine. We're already conditioned to know exactly what to do with stuff that no one wants. We put it in our trash and recycling bins and haul it to the curb each week. What a fresh idea it would be if we had a similar process for stuff that still has life in it. Think of the good a third bin, a giving bin, could do. Throughout the week, we collect items that we're ready to part with, like the blazers and pants from my closet, place them into the bin, and take them to a nonprofit. Because when a nonprofit and an item meet their match, it is truly magical. And I am constantly surprised by what people have to give and the exciting ways that nonprofits use these items to transform our communities. At Give in Kind, we received a donation of fairy decor, and I'm talking fairy houses, fairy figurines, fairy yard art. I was convinced this would be a donation we wouldn't be able to place. That was until Youth Services, a nonprofit that helps students that are underserved and needing mental health programming, they reimagined these items to be tools for therapeutic play. I learned that if an item is of good quality, you can't make an assumption about how it will be useful. Put it in the right place and let the magic happen. Donations can be so transformative to nonprofits that sometimes they create new programming based on items they can receive. Roberti Community House, they accepted hundreds of brand new adjustable CrossFit jump ropes, and from it started a heart-healthy program for people of all ages, learning about healthy living, healthy eating, and exercising together. But you don't have to give in bulk to make a difference. Pots and pans that had outgrown their time in one donor's home now are in the hands of a veteran from Midwest Veterans Closet who lost everything after a recent flood. A TV going unused in one person's basement now sits in the community room of a Chicago homeless shelter, bringing together people who are often isolated in our community. This is my favorite part. And I could talk all day about the impact items make on nonprofits and those they serve. But now it's your turn. Together, we can give better, and we can improve what and how we give. So let's clean out our closets, fill those boxes of items to give, and connect with nonprofits to reimagine giving.